You're chapped. We don't like mayonnaise. Go back to Starbucks. Daddy, please. What if my husband's a fatty?
That is your looks match. The series begins by being hella racist, saying that Asians are so weak and whites are so superior that even if you're a half-white Asian girl, you can take out all of Japan. As the series is called Blue Eye Samurai because it's about a Asian samurai girl with blue eyes called Mizu who kills a bunch of Asians. For context, in 1633, Japan closes borders to the rest of the world, so the Japanese have never seen a Asian or any face that was not Japanese, as outsiders were described as pitiful, impure, and monstrous. Basically saying the Japanese are super judgmental and will always judge a book by its cover.
Based. You want rice?
Hey.
Where's my noodle, slave? And you? Back.
So dude with the wild ass hairline causes a scene. And oh my goodness, yo, that hairline is crazy.
But I'm a virgin. You are? Then die with no hus.
And the white knight Wei-shin comes to the rescue.
Meow. I want tofu.
And after getting the intel she needs, the Wei-shin dips.
Is your nipples blue too? My egg roll.
And this inspires Noodle Weiji to chase after her and become her apprentice, only for Baldy to get tied up like he's in 50 Shades of Grey. So basically the story is about Mizu, who wants to kill her biological dad, the white man, for making her born as a Wei-shin because she lived a hard life in Japan. I'm not even making this up, that's literally what the show's about. She's a self-hating Wei-shin that wishes she was full Japanese.
What a weeb. I wish I was full Asian.
So we get a flashback of Mizu's childhood, who gets bullied by a bunch of Japanese kids for being Asian, and instead of hating the Japanese for being prejudiced against other groups of people, instead she's gonna hate her white dad for deciding not to pull out.
Okay. You're chapped. We don't like mayonnaise. Go back to Starbucks.
So she gets her ass beat, and mind you, they have no idea she's even a girl and think she's a boy, which is a pretty common theme we see when she's an adult as well, as everyone thinks she's a man. But thanks to holy plot armor, Mizu gets saved by a meteorite falling, which makes these boys crap their pants and run away. I mean, to be fair, she does look like a boy when she was a kid. And what a coincidence, not only did a meteorite help Mizu from getting bullied, but a master swordsmith who is also blind pulls up, as Mizu makes a business decision and helps his blind ass take the metal meteorite home, which lets her get a place to stay, food to eat, and gets to learn how to make the finest blades and learns how to use it. Now, if you've never heard of this series before, I'm sure a few of you are already bored at this point and going, who cares? But I promise you, this series gets very interesting. Now, Mizu heads to the dojo to talk to the master there, who happens to have a brother working for a white man. And the amount of nudity and explicit scenes in the series was honestly unnecessary. Like, it's already a well-written story with great animation and voice acting, so why even take it there? What is this, Game of Thrones?
Wanna drink our soy sauce?
You must be mistaken, I have coochie. And when Mizu finds out Baldy Noodle Weiji, who has no hands, keeps following her, she pays the girls to sleep with him, and the problem is he has no idea what's going on because he's a little bit slow. So because he can't really consent, isn't this, I don't know, assault? Anyway, we're then introduced to Princess Super Pale Akemi, who has slaves, servants, maids, and lived in luxury her whole life. But she somehow talks like she's from the 21st century because she's against her arranged marriage.
This is unfair.
Girl, why are you acting like there's a better alternative? It's the 17th century. You're either in an arranged marriage regardless of social class, or if you were born in an extremely poor family, you're sold off as a slave maid or sold into the pleasure districts. So why is she acting like all her rich friends got to choose their husbands and marry for love except her or something? Surely she must have heard some gruesome stories of people being born in poor families and what their daughters have to go through. And if you really don't like your husband, you could just poison him. You know, give him a little glug glug, you know, and once you run out of his money and he's dead, you know, repeat the cycle. You'll marry Wasabi.
But he's bald and has no hairline.
Did I ask you?
I'd marry Sushi.
So Akemi pulls up on her dad just yelling at him, talking back, which only pisses him off and won't make him change his mind even more. So using emotional manipulation, she goes for a soft, sweet, gentle approach and framed how she wants a man that's a mighty warrior just like her father, that's also close by so her dad can watch over her. And this princess just giving out free game to the girls because it works, as she gets him to pick an upcoming mighty warrior named Taigen, but what her dad doesn't know is that they were already secretly dating the entire time. And bro won the lottery because he's the son of a poor fisherman now marrying into generational wealth. Meanwhile, Mizu gets to the temple requesting to speak to the master, but they're like, no, piss off. But because Mizu is hella stubborn, she just beats all their asses. And the fight scenes and animation quality in the series is excellent, as the Weijin says, as long as you got some white in you, even if you're half white, you can take out any Asian in Japan. Then we get a flashback of Mizu training, wearing heavy weights and seeing samurais train in person because they all come to the blind blind man since he makes the best swords, and that's how Mizu was able to learn her skills, but that still doesn't explain how she's so overpowered though.
It's cause she's white.
Now, Taigen celebrates his marriage announcement by cheating on his fiancée, as he goes to an adult fun house, which apparently isn't considered cheating in Japan even till this day. Yeah, this is not a good look for Japan at all. Like, I'm starting to wonder what they think of the series.
Ref, do something.
So Taigen and Mizu go at it one-on-one, and mind you, Taigen is the same dude that bullied Mizu when she was a kid, and although he was intoxicated from alcohol, he defeats Mizu and doesn't kill her when he could've and just walks away. But Mizu starts aura farming and goes, let me cook and get rid of all these training weights on me.
She thinks she the Rock Lee.
And decides to take the fight seriously and beats Taigen's ass easily. How you win? What's your secret?
I'm white with plot armor.
And Mizu speaks with the master, getting the location of the master's brother named Shindo, who works for the white man. You'll never be a ching-chong. And the Japanese weeb wannabe gets provoked easily and cuts off his hair.
Oh, he got the bold spot.
And because Taigen's no longer considered an undefeated mighty warrior, he loses his honor and status, and the wedding is now off. But I don't know why these dojo masters and NPCs are turning their backs against him when their asses got spanked by Mizu and couldn't stop her either. So the brother Shindo is alerted what happened, as we're introduced to one of the few white men in Japan named Fowler, who orders Shindo to hire the J-pop group known as the Four Fangs to kill Mizu. Speaking of Mizu, we learn that she made her blade herself out of the metal meteorite, as the series shows her naked to confirm she is in fact a girl. And everyone she encounters in the series assumes she's a man, when her voice clearly sounds like a girl, as Noodle Weiji swears to keep her a secret and continues to follow her to become her apprentice. Meanwhile, Taigen's like, my boat's but ugly.
You're being a pick-me. It's fine.
Now I get no huzz. Then the two have some happy time together, as Taigen goes after Mizu to defeat her and claim his honor back so that they can get married. I'm a failure unless he dies.
But he'll kill you this time.
Girl. Yo, even his girl don't think he's gonna win. And as the J-pop group Four Fangs be killing anyone and everyone on their way to find Mizu. We see a flashback of Mizu being bullied by a grown-ass man who lied to the blind sword maker about why he needed a sword, telling him it's to avenge his father's death who died from a drunk. But once the sword is actually made and he gets what he wants, grown bully then reveals he's a cold-blooded assassin and will use the sword to kill people.
I like it wrong and hard.
And yo, I'm not gonna lie, his laugh do be hella funny in the series. Like when he hits Mizu, he starts laughing, and it actually made me laugh, because not only does his laugh sound funny, but who the hell hits a kid and starts laughing, bro? He's just like, smack. Anyway, Super Pale then sees her new arranged husband's advisor, who's a fat chud, and I guess she's fat phobic because one look at his ass and she's like,
Daddy, please, what if my husband's a fatty?
that is your looks match. So she begs and pleads, but the dad refuses, calling her silly because she's in a position most girls in her time could only dream of, which is marrying an extremely rich man, having a bunch of slaves, and living a good life. And if you really hate it that much,
just poison his ass how the woman did it in Europe.
anyway, she decides to run away to find Taigen, accompanied by her father's advisor, who decides to help her. Meanwhile, Mizu meets the J-pop boy band as she kills them all one by one, but gets heavily injured in the process. And what do you know, the leader of the group is the grown bully who bullied her in the past.
Wow, what a coincidence meeting both your childhood bullies in a span of a couple of days. What are the odds?
Like, I know it's scripted, but can we at least try to make it more believable? The Mizu, seeing Taigen, gets distracted and fatally stabbed, and it's like, how does a trained samurai get distracted at a crucial moment like that? But with the help of plot armor, she beats his ass anyway, then passes out in front of Taigen, who decides not to kill her because there is no honor and cheap victory. Hi, no honor at all. So Fowler, the white man, is pissed and tells Shindo he better take care of it, so by the time Mizu has recovered thanks to Baldy Noodle-sama, Shindo sends a message to Mizu saying he just wants to talk for tea. Yeah, right? He's a trap. Nobody gonna kill you but me. But Blue Eye Shawty ignores him, so he follows her to make sure she doesn't die so that Taigen can kill her and get his honor back. Meanwhile, the princess gets a reality check, getting robbed of all her goods and possessions, and you're not gonna believe this, she sells herself off to the pleasure district, risking death and assault, meeting random men to help guide her to get to where Taigen is. So let me get this straight, she would rather get all her money and goods stolen and willingly sell herself off to become a slave worker for gooners then become a wife to a rich prince? Huh? Yeah, she might be a bit slow. Now, Shindo makes matcha for Mizu because he's a performative male and offers her 50,000 ryo and will appoint her as a lord if she agrees to leave him and Fowler alone. For context, 1 ryo back then was enough to buy food for an entire year, and adjusted to inflation, Mizu pretty much got offered $43 million just to leave the white man alone. And wasn't the reason she wants to kill her biological dad is because she lived a very hard life for being Asian? Well, with this money, she'll never live a hard life again, but Mizu refuses, going, nope, I don't want to be happy, I want to kill. Yeah, at that point, she's just being very unreasonable, because for all we know, her dad might actually be a nice guy. But she's like, nope, he made me half white and didn't pull out, so he deserves to die, and I'd rather kill him than get 43 million.
Oh, this girl crazy.
Then Shindo offers to smuggle her into the castle to kill Fowler, but Mizu ain't that stupid and cuts bro's arm off instead.
Squeal for your daddy.
And a bunch of arrows are shot to kill them while Shindo runs away, and it's like, how did you let him get away? He was right there. Like, you could have used his ass as a human shield. But thanks to plot armor, the two escape because Baldy Noodle Worker comes in clutch. And once they're somewhat safe, Mizu knocks out Taigen because she ain't trying to fight him till she gets her revenge. But this leads to Taigen getting captured by Shindo's men and is brought to Fowler for questioning. This might be karma for him bullying Mizu, but his character development starts going crazy. Because dude gets tortured for days and doesn't tell Shindo or Fowler anything about Mizu, even though Taigen was not obligated to do any of that and could have easily sold her out.
Cut his balls with a knife.
Yeah, my wontons. Now, the following scenes are highly graphic, so I won't talk about it too much, but pretty much Mizu enters an adult funhouse and sees some weird shit. Like, she be seeing grown-ass dudes acting like babies crawling to their mommy to get spanked. That is disgusting.
Where can I sign up?
So Mizu makes a deal with the pimp that owns the place that she'll tell Mizu how to get into the castle Fowler's at, allowing Mizu to kill him, and in return, she wants a person assassinated,
Which is a pretty good deal.
and we're introduced to a mob boss, Hamada, where the pimp must give half her earnings to them, otherwise they'll be killed, because Hamada does whatever the hell he wants. But when Hamada took a deaf mute girl as a slave that the pimp genuinely cherished and grew a liking to, the pimp wants the poor deaf girl to stop suffering and thus asks Mizu to kill the deaf girl.
Huh?
Why kill the poor deaf girl when you can kill the mob boss instead? Like, yo, this pimp weird. And she says the deaf must be framed as an accident with no witnesses, as Mizu agrees to this because she has no morals. Meanwhile, the princess sees Mizu and purposely sells herself into the adult funhouse for 50 ryo so that she can later confront Mizu and learn about Taigen's whereabouts. 50 ryo is 43 grand, by the way, so she just got sold as an adult slave worker for 43 grand. That's crazy.
What's your favorite position? Bungee style. This girl's stupid.
So the pimp realizes Akemi is actually a princess who ran away from daddy's castle, so she sets her up to get bullied.
Listen up, peasants. This one's from royalty and she's prettier than all of you.
So the girls there start hating and get hella jealous. Like when she tries choosing a dress, this girl's like,
Ooh, new girl thinks she top shit. But that's mine. Is that designer? Got a custom made in Kyoto.
yo, look at her face, man. Oh, she hates her. Now, I can't mention what happens next, but let's just say she did a great job with her first client that got the respect from her peers, allowing her to serve Mizu a drink that she drugged with sleeping pills in advance. Wait, so she does know how to drug someone, so why is she complaining about who she gonna marry when she can just replace the roofies with poison? But unfortunately for the princess, Mizu knows who she is, so she just starts rage baiting her, saying that she killed Taigen, causing Pale to lose her shit and her plan to backfire.
Taigen daddy.
Just DM him.
But I don't like men who use IG.
Spoiled little shit. And Akemi goes at her, but it backfires, obviously, as Noodle Worker is then told to kill her if she tries anything, and
Oh, look at his face. He looks like the cutie patootie.
he ain't gonna do nothing. And Mizu proceeds to kill an innocent deaf girl and frames it like she was murdered by an NPC. Then she starts spending way too much time right by the crime scene feeling guilty because she knows that the deaf girl did not deserve that at all. Then suddenly, a boy sees her at the crime scene when she was told to leave no witnesses, but she chooses not to kill him so she can still pretend she got morals and shit.
You better not snitch, ho.
Finishing the job, she gets intel on how to reach Fowler at his castle, and I get that the pimp wanted to end the deaf girl's suffering, but did you really have to kill her? Like, surely there was another alternative. Because we find out quick that the little boy snitched, so Hamada's men gonna kill everyone in the adult funhouse anyway. So in hindsight, Mizu should've just killed the mob boss instead. Obviously, Mizu's gonna win and kill them all because she's white and they're Asian. Duh. Like, the series made it pretty clear Asians are inferior, so because we won't know the outcome, we get a flashback instead of Mizu and her mom. So Mizu's mom's a druggie with an opium addiction, and for her job, let's just say she makes a lot of men happy. And leave it at that. I found you a husband, but that's not girl boss.
But he can be your slave.
I ain't gonna be no wife, but she gets married anyway, as this flashback reveals more of Mizu's love life, and we're introduced to her husband, Mikio. He's a disgraced samurai that got kicked out by his lord. He definitely ain't built like a lady. And you're old and chopped. Touche. So they get married in front of nobody. No grand wedding or honeymoon, as facial hair Mickey heads straight back to work. Later that night, since they're sleeping in the same room, Mizu grips her blade, believing she'll be taken advantage of, but he's like, I like boys, and heads to sleep. And knowing he has zero interest in her, over time, she starts seeing good qualities about him, like his care for horses, so she decides to try to cook for him, and by cooking, I mean she just puts a bunch of chopped vegetables and add water to it. Sheba! Aw, look at Mizu's face go from happy to sad. It's okay.
She's just a girl. A for effort, queen. Yes.
So she tries to find other ways she can help out, because dude just be working all day every day, and slowly but surely, they stop bonding. And the mom's confused, like, what's so funny? It tastes like shit, why you laugh? So they spend more time together, like riding horses, while the mom gets sick because
She has AIDS.
and Mikio stops funding her opium addiction because Mizu doesn't want her doing drugs. Damn, her mom's a drug addict with AIDS?
Oh, she a badass.
And what do you know? Mizu ends up developing feelings for Mikio, and for the first time in the entire series, she looks happy. Man, isn't it just nice seeing her happy? You know, living a life where she doesn't hate herself for being Asian or seeking a life of revenge and murder, but rather enjoying life around someone she built a genuine connection with. Long story short, she finds love, although they did not have to show it in detail, but they did. Ugh. And because Mizu now trusts him, she reveals her swordsmanship and that she pretended to live as a man, but flexing her skills only backfires and scares Mikio away, calling her a monster. Like, she basically crushed his ego and pride because he was already seen as a disgraced samurai, and now your own wife manhandled you and showed him firsthand that the swordsmanship he trained to perfect his entire life ain't shit. Oh yeah, that would definitely break his pride. And Mizu, feeling bad, decides to do things she's never done before, like willingly putting on makeup for a man. But she finds out that someone sold her out to be killed since foreigners are banned in Japan.
Murr.
Brokey?
Murr.
Toodaloo, hope you die. And by getting betrayed, this is how we're told she becomes a straight demon, killing all the men set at her, and that she's no longer capable of love. Yeah, she's definitely not gonna wear makeup again for another man. It was your druggy mother. She sold you out.
No, it was your man because he insecure.
And the two end up fighting, which led to facial hair Mickey killing Mizu's mom and Mizu then killing him. Yo, why couldn't she just be happy, man? Her story's so depressing. And back to the present, Mizu kills all of Hamada's men, including an innocent child terrified of battle. And that got me thinking, how many men did she kill that were just following orders who have a wife and kids, and now these wives and kids' lives are also ruined? All because Mizu hates being Asian and wants to kill a white man. And mob boss Hamada gets justice by the pimp and her girls as she cuts off his egg roll. While Akemi's daddy sends his men who are like, come on girl, time to marry a rich man. I'd rather die. And Mizu decides not to help her, seeing her as a spoiled brat because Akemi be complaining she's gonna marry the shogun's son when the shogun's family wealth is the second richest in the world. While Mizu was forced to marry a disgraced samurai nobody, so she's all like, oh no, your steak too juicy and your lobster's too buttery. She'll be just fine.
You just gonna let her marry rich? How could you?
And noodle worker no longer chooses to be her apprentice. Wait, that's your reason for leaving? Not the fact that a bunch of wives and kids are now in poverty because Mizu killed all their daddies? Boy. So Mizu pulls up to the castle Fowler's at, killing countless more Asians, making countless more single mothers, while Fowler introduces the Glock as he plans to use guns to conquer Japan. Then Mizu reunites with Taigen like, karma's a b****.
Sushi roll.
So by carrying his barely lifeless body, she takes Taigen with her to the white man and kills another dude just doing his job by using dynamite to make his ass explode. And of course, she survives the explosion and proceeds like nothing happened, climbing the tower with her bare hands while carrying a grown-ass man.
Wow, this is super realistic. Keep it up.
So she climbs all the way to the 9th floor using Taigen as a human window breaker, but she struggles to defeat Fowler because he's not Asian, he's white. Ah! What a coincidence that all the whites in this series are extremely overpowered. Like, how is a random arms merchant also physically very strong and knows how to fight better than a samurai? Interesting how Mizu's toughest fight wasn't with a soldier, samurai, or an assassin that's paid to kill, but a white merchant.
Oh, this show racist.
Yeah, let's totally build up these Asian characters like Taigen, who's an undefeated mighty warrior, just to get wrecked by the white man and saved by the Asian. And when they should have drowned, they don't because of plot armor as Noodle boldly saves them. And if that wasn't unrealistic enough, they just so happen to take refuge at Mizu's blind master's crib so that Mizu can fix her blade. Man, her plot armor is incredible. Meanwhile, Akemi keeps complaining about the marriage, but her daddy says, trust me, reassuring her that she always got what she wanted in life and will continue to do so. And I guess she sees herself in some bird and releases it from its cage so it can be free and fly away, but it gets shot and dies by her very husband, Takoyaki. Yup, that's her husband. What are you gonna do next, kill my cat? And he ignores her ass. Not to mention her new maidservants aren't exactly nice to her either.
Ready to massage his feet?
You'll smell his feet and go blah. Then later, Princess has a catch up with her new besties, and I'm like, damn, does she not have any friends? Like, zero? Nobody?
What a loser.
And the pimp advises her to use the skills she learned at the funhouse, telling her all men are weak, and if she nurtures him well, he will worship her. But Uwu, I'm shy. Find out what you want for yourself. Meanwhile, Taigen and Mizu have some bonding time together and start wrestling. And let me tell you, when they start rolling around together and Taigen's thinking Mizu's a dude the whole time, it makes the scene super gay. Like, look how happy he looks thinking he's rolling around with another dude. That's gay. But clearly we see chemistry between the two of them, so I guess they're gonna have their Mulan and Shang moment in the future. And I wonder if Taigen will have the same, what do you mean I'm not gay? Can't believe you're a girl, that's disgusting moment. I like men. Oh shit. But because Mizu's great at destroying relationships, she reveals she let his girl Akemi be taken back to her dad and that Fowler will attack the princess and the shogun's family with his army, so she tells him not to go. You coward demon. So Taigen heads to warn the shogun and swears to kill Mizu once he's back.
Aw, it's an enemies to lovers story. Yas.
Back to the princess, turns out her mother-in-law treats her horribly, forcing her to eat the bird her son killed earlier. And later that evening, her maids are like,
Look what your man brought you, lunch and dinner.
and she gets pissed, so she crashes out.
You nonchalant shit.
Your Vegeta ass looking hairline making you look stupid. But I am stupid. Can you hit me harder? So dude has a stutter and turns out the birds he sent was an apology for his mother's behavior and that he would have never killed the bird if he knew it was hers. And realizing dude is just a shy cutie patootie, she switches up quick and uses the skills she learns at the funhouse and seduces him.
I think men who stutter are very smart inside. And I think shy guys are a green flag.
So the princess works her magic and long story short,
He has a great time.
and look at him, all happy. So basically the princess owns his ass now and can do whatever she wants with his wealth and starts off by firing her maids.
You hoes are fired and I hope y'all go broke. Bye, I'm sorry.
Yo, Akemi's character development is actually insane, as she then buys out all the girls' contracts from the pimp and gives all the girls a job to work in the palace as her maids instead. So one of them feels really bad due to her kindness and tells her she's in danger, that Fowler's coming to destroy them, so she reports this news to her princess daddy. And he's all like, thank you, toodaloo. And kills her, because turns out he's been knowing this as he plans for the shogun to die so that he can become the next shogun, as Akemi will be free again with no man, just like how she wanted. You know what? He's actually a pretty good dad relative to his time, making sure his daughter gets what she wants. But she starts confusing his ass, going, how dare you plan to kill my man?
Girl, is you serious?
So you ran away from home, you complained and cried that you didn't want to marry this man, and when I finally give you what you want, you're gonna give me shit for trying to kill him?
She's so silly.
And by the time Taigen tells the shogun Fowler will attack him, by then it's too late, as Fowler's army pulls up and shoots the crap out of Shogun's army and easily infiltrates to his crib.
If you're going to kill me, let me do it myself.
That's okay. And before Fowler could kill the Shogun's sons, Mizu comes to the rescue, and this scene is hilarious. So her ass is still on the ground for quite some time, and not a single one of the 4 soldiers shoot her. And when they do shoot her, it's just like one person shooting at a time, and somehow she just matrix that shit. It's like, aight, bro, it gets to a point, man, come on. This is just ridiculous. Like, what is the soldier at the back doing? What is he doing? Like, what? Do the bullets not work on white people or something? Anyway, Shindo dies by Taigen, and Mizu doesn't stand a chance against Fowler, so Taigen joins, and even though it's a 2-on-1, it doesn't matter because he's full white as one of the strongest Japanese samurai in Taigen, and the Weijin get wrecked by a single white merchant. You know, I really wonder how the Japanese felt when watching this, because it low-key feels like the point of this series is to say subtly that whites are superior to Asians. And you want to see an even dumber scene? When Fowler attacks her, she throws a candle to stop him, and the whole house starts burning in less than 5 seconds. Now, unless the entire city is made out of oil, what kind of fire spreads that quickly where a single candle is the reason why the entire city burns on fire in less than 20 minutes? But thanks to Mizu, she's the reason why the entire city burns, all because she hates being Weijin. This is a dumb story, but it's a very well-written dumb story. Meanwhile, the princess tries running away with her dad's advisor, Seki, but dude gets shot and dies.
Yaisekya.
And I believe his death changes her, because when Taigen finds her and say, let's run away and be happy together, she's all like, nah, I'm staying. I want to be great. Oh, Taigen. Boy has no idea she's already moved on and has her own wealthy prince slave. Back to Mizu, her bones get crushed by Fowler, and that's how he finds out that not only is Mizu not a man, but he knows her real identity. And cause dude's distracted, Mizu's plot armor kicks in and gives her the chance to finally take him down. But he starts talking about things Mizu would really want to know, revealing that the opium addict druggie ain't even her mom, and that was actually a maid, telling her that if she kills him now, she'll never know about the other 2 white men in Japan, and thus she keeps him alive as a prisoner to go find the other 2 white men. Now, the premise of the story is really dumb, because it's about a girl who hates herself for being Asian, or hates being part white, being born in Japan, and thus trying to kill her dad who's white, but in the process kills a bunch of countless Asians and ends up burning an entire city because of it. So the premise is dumb, but you can't even be mad at it because it's just very well written, the voice acting is amazing, and the cinematography or the animation quality is very good. So overall, it's a very, very entertaining season, and I do look forward to season 2. Although I don't agree that whites are superior. That is no, I don't agree with that part. But yeah, curious to know your thoughts, so leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy KC, and yeah, until next time.